Famicom Friday. Famicom Friday.
Famicom Friday.
Biohazard.
キャンペーン実施中
SEGA Saturn.
Famicom Friday.
Good evening, boys and ghouls. Today is a Friday, a Famicom Friday, right here at Happy Beard Games. And on today's Famicom Friday, it's a GameTober Famicom Friday for October. Famicom Friday is my series on Japanese region video games. We do things like translating, check out regional differences, and play games as quick plays, and more. With today's video game, we're playing on the actual Japanese SEGA Saturn. Without any further ado, we're going to jump into today's game, which is Biohazard on the SEGA Saturn. So this one I don't know too much about, really. I played it mainly on the GameCube version, so it might be a little tricky to kind of like tell the differences. Ooh, we got a full motion video with live action actors. Ah, that's so cool. Wow, that is a cool screen. Push start button, or press start button. Now, I do want to point out there is some cheat codes. We'll be doing a cheat code after the first initial quick play part. And the cheat code unlocks the Mercenaries type battle mode where you kind of go... it's kind of like you fight enemy after enemy, room after room on different levels, rather than following the story of the game. And that's an extra mode that you get from completing the game. It's a little cheesy on the live action actors and stuff. Kind of reminds me of the Evil Dead movies a little bit. I always thought that Resident Evil, when I was a kid, I always heard about it being... Ooh, that's creepy in the background. Put it in stereo. I always heard that when I was a kid that this was like the scariest video game ever made. And stuff like that. Like, oh, watch out. You're going to get scared if you play Resident Evil. But, and that was around the time that either Resident Evil 1 or 2 was out. But... Biohazard! But, it's not really that scary. It is kind of scary. I think the GameCube one's definitely creepier. And then, yeah, it's just kind of campy. It's got hard mode with Chris Redfield and easy mode with Jill Valentine. There's no in between. I'm gonna choose Jill because I kind of like her character more, but also it's easy mode, so that'll help me out a lot. Whoa. 1998, July. Raccoon Forest, near the now infamous Raccoon City, where the second game takes place.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon
Doesn't sound
City,
up.
where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of...
Wow, I didn't expect the voice acting to be in English.
People. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo Team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
Look, Chris!
This kind of reminded me of the Laserdiscs that my stepdad got when he lived in Japan briefly. They're all just like in English and stuff, but they have Japanese captions permanently on them.
It was Bravo Team's helicopter. Nobody was in it. But strangely,
That's cool.
most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered...
Sadly, I wasn't able to go to the Portland Retro Game Expo. But apparently some of the actors from Resident Evil in these cutscenes from the first game were there in person, so that would have been really cool to meet them. I'd probably get my game autographed, but I wasn't able to go this year.
Come here!
That's cool. I like that they have live action cutscenes. I actually really do like this. People think it's cheesy and stuff, but it makes you feel like you're in a horror movie, so it's pretty cool. Not only that, you don't get this kind of stuff too much on the Sega Saturn. I think like a Godzilla game I have has movie clips. I can't think of too many else. Oh, that's cool. Pretty violent. He's dead. Being attacked by a zombie dog. Let's stop that. That's cool. That's really cool. Joseph! And then, yeah, I guess we get run into the mansion where the game begins at.
Don't go!
No! Don't go! Shame. That's cool. I like that dog effect. That's cool. I wonder if that's just a puppet. I know it's not probably a real dog like they use in the movies, but is it a puppet or is it animatronic? It's probably just a puppet. Looks really cool though. How many times are they gonna show that? That's cool. I thought they were done. The cast. Oh yeah, this is the coolest part. The bad boy, he's smoking.
Jill Valentine.
Jill Valentine.
Barry Burton.
Good old Barry. Does it say 33 years old?
Rebecca Chambers.
He's 1 year younger than me.
Albert Wesker.
What a cool dude.
Biohazard.
Biohazard. I haven't played the original. I've seen the cutscene for the original. I don't know if it's the same narrator saying like Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Biohazard, or if they just changed the Biohazard to Resident Evil in the North American region version. This is going on by its own, so I'm not going to read it, but
What is
I did want to show you these cutscenes. They're pretty cool.
What a mansion!
Now, one thing I heard about this, I don't really have too much reference because I didn't play the PlayStation 1 very much.
Where's Chris?
3D models are lesser because the Saturn doesn't have as good
that door!
3D rendering
Chris's.
graphics, essentially, as the PlayStation 1. But
Maybe
for some
it's
reason, the
Chris.
2D pre-rendered backgrounds
Jill,
are actually more
I'm
detailed.
going with you.
I don't know if they're
Chris
higher
is our
resolution,
old partner, you know.
but they're supposedly
Okay,
have more detail
let
in them,
me
like either
handle
clarity
this.
or just differences that you can see. So the graphics aren't really better
stay alert!
than the PlayStation, but they're not the same. They're just more in the background detail, less on the character and the other 3D models. Oh, the doors, I can kind of tell. Things are more blocky. I always thought the doors were really cool. It's a really cool transition loading screen. Now, one thing that's going to be kind of tricky with this, I don't have the 3D controller. I don't know if this game uses the 3D controller at the moment, so it's going to be kind of cumbersome. Let me see if I can get the gist of this. It is tank controls, but we've only got a D-pad and your typical 6-button plus the shoulder buttons Sega Saturn controller. See if I can figure this out. So XYZ don't do anything. Start. Bring us to our menu. We've got map. Looks different than the GameCube for sure. The GameCube one was like 3D, I think. Oh no, that looks about the same. Okay, that looks good. We got file. So you have to click on map twice. So files, what is file? I don't know what that is. Let's go back. What is minus? It's just nothing. I don't have that yet. Because you can't do anything with file. And then to heal yourself if you get injured, you use the first aid spray. We've got a knife, which I think you can use whenever you want. Either that. I could be wrong about this because I get it mixed up with later games. Either it's just like a defense, like a one-time defense against an enemy, which are mainly zombies at this part. Then you get your gun. I don't know if you have to equip or not. You probably just have to pull it out. So I don't know if I can do it at this part yet because there's no enemies yet. I'm trying to see what the run button is. Okay, run is B. Okay, cool.
What?
I just wanted to figure that out real quick.
What is
first,
this?
what the run button was.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Hope so. I hope it's not. So this game's like partially like a mystery type game with like puzzle solving in like a spooky mansion and other places. But it's also survival horror with monsters. So it is scary, but it's also a mystery. Okay, opening the door. I think it takes a little bit longer on load times compared to the PlayStation, but I could be wrong about that because, once again, I was playing on the GameCube and that's a really fast loading system. I think you go this way. Yeah, here we go. Excited? This is the first zombie. Aside from the dogs at the start. That's creepy. Kind of stares at you a little bit longer than usual. Maybe, maybe not. Go back. We're going to equip the gun. I think you have to equip it from here. Is that equip? Oh boy. Let's examine. I don't think that would be it. I think it is equipped. It's the one thing you need to learn Japanese for so far in this game. Whoa, let's get out of here. Yeah, it's equipped. Okay. Now, how do I... Oh, is it the R button? Okay. Hold on R, press A to shoot. Let's back up a little bit. Is he actually dead? No, he's not dead. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. I got him for now. I believe at some point they all kind of come back to life anyways. And you have to like burn them or something like that to keep them like, get them really dead. Now I heard on this version of the game, the Sega Saturn version, it has more decapitations than the PlayStation version. I don't know if it's you know, Saturn version that has the decapitations, or if it's the Japanese version. I think it's the Japanese version is what it was. So I get some more ammo. Clip more ammo. And the hard part is going to be like when there's Japanese text and... Oh, there's something else here? Another one? Oh, what? And then when there's Japanese text and there's no voice acting. Was it just two of them? Okay. Very generous. Let's go this way. Let's go back to Barry. Tell him the bad news. If he's still there. This game is pretty creepy. For its time, it's pretty scary. It's one of the first of its kind survival horrors in a 3D setting.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
Ooh.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Can I talk to him? Ooh, that's weird. Her shadow, it clips through the blood. I don't know if it does that on the PlayStation, but her shadow like clips through the blood. And it leaves like a blank spot. That's really weird. Wonder why it does that. It could be also because I'm using an HDMI adapter for the Sega Saturn. And then I'm not using the S-Video or composite. I think it's a little bit better looking this way, but some of the transparency doesn't really come out right, and the graphics transparency in the games doesn't really come out right or correctly in the HDMI adapter, I've noticed. It was more noticeable on things like Daytona USA, where some of the HUD was like had checkerboarding instead of just being transparent or like gray, or like transparent pretty much.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill, and don't leave this hall for the time being.
Okay. Don't leave the hall for the time being. One thing that I did when I first played this as a kid, which was really briefly, I didn't really play it too much at all on the PlayStation version. If you open that door, the dogs will come and attack you, I believe. Can I talk to Barry again? So we just kind of explore. I believe you go over here. Oh, he doesn't want you to leave, okay. I know there's a door, like, back here, too. I think that's a door. Is that a door? It's kind of hard to navigate. It is, once again, tank controls, as well as fixed perspectives that change.
Anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
She's the master of unlocking.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
Like, it was like, Jill, you are the master of unlocking.
If something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time I'll be there.
This time I'll be there. Cool. That will become a Jill sandwich. So here's the save point, which you require ink ribbons, which makes it really tricky and makes it more of the survival in the horror stuff kind of thing. It puts the survival in the survival horror. Is if you want to save, you have limited uses of the save point. So we're not gonna. Well, I guess I don't know, I could, but it's saying use ink ribbon to save, basically. I don't know if we're going to save on this game at all, maybe at the very end. Once again, I have not played this very much. I played the GameCube version. I believe I played the GameCube version on a GameTober in the past. Like, one of the first GameTobers. Maybe the first GameTober, so like 10 years ago. It's been a while since I played this, and it looked way different on the GameCube. Well, not way different. It looks the same, but like definitely got like an overhaul. I remember there's something in here. Looks way different to me. I wonder if there's any like differences on the GameCube and the Saturn. In terms of like difficulty, like which one's easier? I think this one probably about the same, especially since I chose easy mode. Maybe a little bit harder. I don't know. Can I pull or just push? Oh, it still gets it out of the way. And there's a thing up here. Kind of see there's like a note or something that's being held by the statue. We're gonna want to figure out what that is. I don't think I can rotate that, so I might need to push it back. Come on, controls, cooperate. They're actually not that bad. And I don't know if you can use the 3D controller, which is basically another controller for the Saturn. I think some games require it, but I don't have it. Additionally, I have an adapter that allows you to use Nintendo Switch controllers, like Pro Controller, literally any controller that has Bluetooth allows you to do that. So if it really was bad, I would switch to that, but for authenticity, we're going to continue playing it with the Sega Saturn controller until I come up with some problems. And that's just in general, it's not like this game specifically. Take that thing, I don't know what it is. Let's check. It should be in my files, right? I don't know what files is. I don't know how to access it either. There? Oh, is it a map? It might have been the map. Down the steps. I don't think you can go in this door. I think it's locked. Oh, my bad. There is something in that, like, extra room there, though. So I might walk right back. I don't think there's anything to do in here. Oh, okay, maybe there is. Let's go and finish up this room first. And we're probably going to play a good 20 to 30 minutes into the game. Oh, wow, that got moved back. Just kind of showing you, like, what it's like. See how that glass is transparent? I think because of the HDMI, I could be wrong about this one, but because of the HDMI cable that I'm using, which is the pound HDMI cable, kind of messes with some of those, like, it's not really parallaxing, it's like, there's a word for it, but it's basically like transparency on the Sega Saturn specifically. So here's a bad guy, or zombie. Search for clues. A lot of this game is like searching for like items, keys to open doors to progress your way through the puzzles of the mansion. It's gonna come up as soon as I like get around him. So, run button. What? Get off my leg. Ooh, head pop. I think that one's dead for sure. Like, that one's not coming back. Yeah, he dead. He double dead. The zombies are dead. The undead. So human dies, they're dead. Zombies are undead, but then if you kill a zombie, they're double dead. Let's go through this door and continue on. Speaking of zombies, what is your favorite zombie movie? I'll ask you another question after that, but what is your favorite zombie movie? For me, I really like Night of the Living Dead, like the original black and white one. I really like that movie a lot. It's really got some really memorable quotes. It's a fun basis for the zombie genre. And it's a good movie. It's not super violent, but it's scary enough in its own way. In terms of like modern violence in movies, it's not really that bad. And it's public domain, which is weird. I think there's a thing under this. Oh, get out of here. Doggos. Get out of here. I could probably fight him. Other zombie movies that I really like, that I can think of off the top of my head, because I don't really watch specifically too many zombie movies. I know I saw Dawn of the Dead. The original was really good. And then I saw the Dawn of the Dead remake. It's the zombie movie I've seen the most recently. I think it's the most recent zombie movie I've seen was the Dawn of the Dead remake. That was actually pretty good too. It had some good moments. It was not a bad remake. It was pretty good. Another one that I really like is Shaun of the Dead. Well, it's a comedy and in some ways a parody. Not really. Well, it's kind of, it parodies like some of the humor and scenes of certain, zombie movies. But it's not like a straight up copy. It's not like Spaceballs. It's just like Star Wars or something. But it's pretty much a parody. And it's a comedy, but it's also got like horror, and it's actually got a decent story too. And it's one of the best. If you like zombie movies and you discredit Shaun of the Dead, I don't think you should discredit it at all. It's a great movie. It's probably one of the better ones that Simon Pegg did. Let's go in here. I can't think of any other like zombie movies that are specifically just zombies. Because like Evil Dead, yeah, there's things that are like zombies, but it's not really a zombie movie. Or there's lots of movies with like zombies in them. Ooh, reflection graphics. But they're not necessarily zombies. I mean, there's the Resident Evil movies. I guess you could count those too. But those are far from my favorites. There's The Walking Dead, which is that's not really a movie, but I would say it counts in terms of like a live action zombie thing. Yeah, I don't know. There's not too much else that I've seen or like in terms of zombie movies. So recommend me some. If there's some of your favorites, let me know in the comments. And then maybe I'll check them out sometime, especially this October. GameTober. But is that all I'm supposed to do in here? But yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of horror movies, but zombie movies not specifically. They seem like zombie movies are like a specific subgenre of horror, where it's like each monster type has their own subgenre. But like it seems like for a while, zombie movies and just zombie stuff in general was really like everything was just that. And then now there's been like a more of a resurgence of like horror, mainly horror inspired by 80s stuff more recently. Not just necessarily a monster specifically type, but like a resurgence of like 80s inspired horror, but with more up-to-date gore, I would say. Like things like Terrifier, All Hallows Eve, some of the VHS movies. Yeah, they're inspired by the 80s, the VHS movies. Those are pretty gory. Those are pretty good too. I remember this room, like spikes will come out of the ceiling, so I don't know if I'll be able to survive that. We might die here. We might die here. I didn't make a save. Oops. This isn't usually the path that I take when I play this game. Usually I start by going to the left of the front door in the mansion. So I'm a little confused here. Don't you get a shotgun here? Mixing this up with something. Oh yeah, there's a shotgun. I think that triggers the falling ceiling. I don't know if you actually have to do that. You're supposed to place something in there, I believe, to replace the shotgun, and then you can get out and survive. There might be a way to get out with it, like, just in general, but I think you're supposed to replace it with something. I'm not sure about that. I get a lot of this mixed up with Resident Evil 0, because it looks pretty similar. And I've definitely played Resident Evil 0 on the GameCube. And then, what other ones? I didn't play 2 very much. Surprisingly, I have like a weird Resident Evil collection in ways. I have the first one, which we're playing right now, on Sega Saturn. I've got the second one, original version, on the N64. And I've got the third one. No, I don't have the third one. I have the fourth one on the... What am I pressing? You can aim down and you can aim up as well. Make creepy sounds in this one. Like it's like all silent. It's not like there's no like music like there's in Resident Evil 4. I think they're dead. When they bleed out, they're dead. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Resi 4 I only have on the Wii. And then Resi 5 I've got... I might have it on PS3. I don't think I do though. I think I have it on either Steam. And it was one of the first games I ever like got on Steam like 10, 15 years ago. It used to be like one of those games that ran really well on a lot of computers. Was Resident Evil 5. Like, my first, like, laptop ran it. Maybe it was a desktop. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, so we're just exploring the haunted mansion of Resident Evil Biohazard. This game surprised me. I thought it was going to be a lot more language barrier. But it's pretty straightforward, especially if you've played Resident Evil before. It probably helps a lot. Except for the dog. I don't know if I'm well equipped enough to fight him. I don't know how much ammo I have. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go that direction. I remember like going specific paths. I just don't know exactly where they are and what doors they're connected to. I don't think we go that way. Maybe we do. Pause for a sec. Alright, so I did want to check my ammo count, which you can do by the pause menu. We've got 15 plus 10 loaded already. Oh, I did want to check one other thing. My health is at fine, but it's in the yellow, so it's not completely full. My health is at like medium, or maybe medium high. It's always hard for me to tell how much health I have and how many hits I can take in these games before dying. I heard that when you do die on this version, the Sega Saturn, or maybe just the Japanese version, it like loads longer, it takes longer to load, so you see more of the death scene. Like if you're getting eaten by a zombie, for example, if you're getting eaten by a zombie, there's more of a drawn out death. Ooh, oh, this is gonna be hard. It's like things you gotta click. There's these paintings or something. This is a game where I'd need a guide. Not even just because it's like in Japanese, but that doesn't help at all. Those crows are really creepy, and they're like, weird how they're like positioned in front of the camera so close up. But this is a game where I would need a guide. And I could use a guide in this video, but I just kind of want to show you a quick play. I also want to show you the battle mode, which is, it's called battle mode, but it's the precursor to Mercenaries, which was introduced, I think, in Resident Evil 3. Oh my god. They're coming to get me. I don't know what I did. Not me, birds. Something to make him mad. Ooh. Either I did something wrong, or I did the puzzle right. I could be wrong about that. I don't think I did it right. Let's see if... Did I get an inventory from that? No. I could check my health. I do have a first aid spray. And I've got a green herb, which I think you just eat the green herb and it gives you health. I don't think you have to combine it with anything like in Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is the one that I've played the most. Actually, I haven't played too many survival horrors, but I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4. I think I went through everything. I go back to that room with the dog, but I think I want to go back to the main part of the mansion, like where the front door is. What's in here? I kind of want to go through each door as soon as I get to them, unless they're locked. So I don't get confused. Oh, this is this room. Okay. Wait, what? I'm gonna, go back in here, which is where we came from, and check something, because I thought that room we were just in was a room right in here. Like, I thought it was this room, but maybe this is the way out. I don't think this is the way out. I think this is something else. Is this the bathroom? This might be the bathroom. Yeah, it's trigger. Right trigger. Didn't do anything. Back it up. You can't really back up and run. did. Always check if they have items. I don't think a lot of them have items unless they're like a key figure. Okay, this is not the bathroom. I think there's a safe room in here too. There's some herbs. It's weird seeing this in comparison to the GameCube remake, or Resident Evil Remake as it's called, because yeah, it's just really weird. It's seeing like the original graphics. I know these are a little different than the original graphics as this is a port, but it's pretty close to it's pretty much the original. Technically it's not, but it is. What is this, dirt? You use that for something. Like I think I know what you use that for, but I could be wrong. There's something to do with a plant. Let's go ahead and save if I can. I think I can save to the action replay. Oh, you can choose console or your action replay. That's cool. How do I toggle between the two? I don't know how to toggle to the action replay, but I saved to the system memory, which I don't even know how big the Sega Saturn memory is. I know it's pretty small in comparison to the action replay save data, which the action replay is a thing that allows you to play either region, as well as enter cheat codes like a Game Genie or Game Shark, as well as save memory, as well as expanding the RAM so you can play like certain fighting games at full speed. I don't know what this is. This is a storage for your inventory. I put that in there. Oh, there's stuff in there already. I don't wait. What? Oh, I probably click on a blank spot in my inventory and then click on that. Okay, that's what you do. The dirt, we got a bunch of ammo. I can bind these. I think I have to do it from this menu. I think that's combined. No, let's examine. It better not be drop. I don't know if that's drop or combine. I'll just leave it like that. I don't really need them all right now. Is there a way to reload? Doesn't look like it. Tried all the buttons in combination with our aim. Well, we got more ammo. That's cool. And we saved, so we're alright. Don't have to worry about just exploding and then ruining this little quick play. I'm not going to play too far. But I do want to just kind of get to like some kind of point that seems like a slight conclusion. And then we'll get to the boss, not boss rush, battle mode, which I think the battle mode came back on the DS remake. So after they did the GameCube remake, one called, why is there, oh my god, can I not hit him from here? Hello. Sorry for the tapping. Going as fast as I can. Go! You guys dead? Yeah, they did. So after the GameCube remake, they did one more, aside from the HD version of the GameCube remake, because the GameCube version wasn't in HD, of course. The HD version of the remake was just like the same thing as the GameCube one, pretty much, but I think they changed the controls a little bit, added a new control scheme, and then they added like HD resolutions, I think. But in between those two, they did another port of Resident Evil 1, and it wasn't like a port of the HD or the GameCube version. I mean, it wasn't a port or remake. It was a port of this style version, but it was on the Nintendo DS original, which is pretty limited as well, kind of like the Sega Saturn. It's pretty limited on 3D games. Most of them are 2D on the original DS, or very limited 3D like Nintendogs. or like Mario 64 or something like that, but not Resident Evil. Usually, they're not like that. So they ported this to the DS. I think it's called like Deadly Silence or something like that. So they gotta have the D and the S in the title. Wow, I used a lot of ammo on that. Is there like a blank? Is that a TV? Yeah, anyways, they ported this looking like this kind of graphics to the Nintendo DS. And it's actually a real expensive game for some reason. It's like right up there with like the PS1 big box Resident Evil 1. It's pretty expensive. Like over 100 CIB. And then, what's the point of this room? I don't remember this room at all. That's cool detail on the ceiling. But anyways, my point for all that, talking about the DS version, was that I think it includes the battle mode from the Sega Saturn version, which was not on the PlayStation versions, at least not the original version. I don't know if it was included on the director's cut or anything like that. It might have been. But on the original version, it was not on PlayStation. But I think they added it as like a wireless, maybe even multiplayered version of it on the DS. Which is really cool. Not only that the DS got a Resident Evil, but it's just really cool. I think one of the only games... Oh, never mind. It was on GameCube. I say one of the only Resident Evil games that Nintendo never got was 3, but I think they got all of them. I don't think there's any Resident Evils that's not on a Nintendo console. In the mainline series. I know some of them are Cloud, but they're on Switch. What? Get off me. Boom. Oh yeah. Head decapitations. Head decapitations. Kicked his head like a football. Goes. That's really cool that you can do that in this. That is actually really cool. I think that's awesome. Which is weird. Usually the Japanese versions are less gory. Which I think is the case with Resident Evil 4 on GameCube, which I almost bought the Japanese version of that. Ooh, I shot his arm off too. I think he's dead. I think some of them have less health than others. Gosh, this looks... I can't tell where I'm at compared to like my memory of the GameCube version. Granted, it's been about 10 years since I really played the GameCube version, but it does look kind of different in some areas more than others.
Barry!
Oh, here we go. It's Barry.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous.
Whoa.
Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
Just a moment.
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
I have this. Do I have room for it? Is that the shocker thing? No, what is that? Is that like a shotgun shell thing? I thought it was the taser, but that might be something else. Huh. Interesting. I think we're back at like the main part of the mansion, so we kind of like looped all around. I think it's probably a good place to end this quick play, but we're not done yet. We're going to check out once again the battle mode, if I can get to it. If I can't get to it, I'll let you all know. Because what it requires, as with some other Sega Saturn games that I've done before, with secret codes, you plug the controller into port 2, and then you enter the code with the second controller port. Now the thing about that is I don't have two controllers for the Saturn. I have an adapter to use Bluetooth, which does plug into the controller slot, so we should be able to do it. However, I'm not sure if it'll work. I know the code works and exists, there a way to... How do you get to the... How do you get to the Saturn? Like, you're on Saturn right now. How do you get to the action replay? That's not showing up. It seemed like I pushed all the buttons, but I couldn't figure it out. Even the L and R. Alright, so that's it for Resident Evil on today's Famicom Friday. We're going to check out the battle mode in Biohazard. I also want to know what this is. And one more thing I wanted to know before we quit. That's cool, you can view it in the 3D model. But one more thing I want to know before we quit is, now that I've saved, it doesn't matter. Is that drop or combine? It is combine. So can I combine herbs in this one? Yes. Can I combine 3 herbs? I guess so. And that's what it's like when you heal. Okay, cool. What does this do? I think it's like ammo for a gun. I could be wrong about that. It's hard to tell what it even looks like. Anyways. I don't think you can exit the game without setting the console. There might be a soft reset, so let's see. Yeah, just soft reset. Just hit all the buttons. Alright, we just finished a little quick play of Biohazard Resident Evil for the Japanese region Sega Saturn. But before we move on to the battle mode, we're going to check out the case and do a little bit of translating of the case and manual for Biohazard Resident Evil. So first, let's just take a look at the case. We've got the Sega Saturn logo like usual, Biohazard, and I believe that text right there actually does say Resident Evil. So, you know, I was saying earlier in the video, like, I don't know why they call it Resident Evil in North America. Well, that's because Biohazard's subtitle is Resident Evil, so it was always Resident Evil, I guess. Additionally, it does say survival horror at the bottom. It's a Capcom game as well. On the back, we're going to translate that, so we'll come back to the back. But I do want to show you on this side, it does say Biohazard, Sega Saturn, Capcom in English. On the flip side, it says it in Japanese, kanji, or something similar. I'll show you a higher resolution picture, but this is just the game case with my phone using Google Translate, Image Translate over it, and you can see it does say Resident Evil there. In the center, the story unfolds in a blood-stained mansion, a terrifying survival adventure in the midst of desperate fear that attacks. What will you see? A grotesque monster realistically rendered using polygons. Detailed movements create fear. Shocking and realistic sound enhances the sense. Mechanism and mysteries in the mansion stand in your way. Story changes depending on the protagonist you choose. Escape will to escape safely with your friends. Now we're going to go ahead and open up the case and see I've got the end label thing, whatever they're called, right here. I always forget what they're actually called. A lot of my Sega Saturn games have that too. The disc itself. There's the manual. We're going to check out a little bit of the manual and translate any important looking pages or interesting looking pages as well. Alright, so opening up the manual. Oh, whoa, we got a reg card. Got contents. Got a thing about stars. Let's translate this over here on the right side. The text in the prologue says, according to a Raccoon City Police Department, last night the STARS team was dispatched to Raccoon Forest in the Arklay Mountains, where a series of missing people have been reported, but the last communication was in the early hours of the morning before they were heard from again. The police believe there is a strong possibility that he may have been calling for, caught up in some kind of testimony from witnesses of trouble, and are with the intention of sending in STARS Alpha Team to begin the search this evening. The plan is to deploy Alpha Team in the search. In recent years there have been many bizarre murders in the Raccoon area, which has become a hot topic, but this Latest incident is likely to cause anxiety among the minority residents. Looking back at the manual, we've got the second page, Dead or Alive, which shows things about the game over screen and what happens when you have either fine, which is full health, danger, and then also poison. Looks like character bios on Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine, the two playable characters. And this is kind of cool because I didn't think I saw any of this art ever before, and certainly not in the game as far as I remember, and not in our playthrough either. The artwork that was used for their character portraits in the game was all the live action actors. Oh wow, that's cool. We've got Alpha Team and Bravo Team, which I think most of Bravo Team died. I believe this guy's alive, and I know Rebecca Chambers is alive too. Which she is playable in the game Resident Evil 0 as well, which came out later on for the Nintendo GameCube. I've got Barry and some other characters, as well as Wesker right there. I think these two guys die too. Additionally, we've got the controls, which is always handy to learn about. Looks like you can actually use the Z button as the same as the C button, but X and Y don't do anything on this game. One more page, you've got to think about new game and load game status and the options menu, which we navigated earlier, where you can actually customize the controls. Got some things about the aiming mechanics in the game, as well as the save area chest, where you can like transfer items between chests throughout the game. We've got some indications about the item and HUD screen, and inventory sorting as well. Things about keys and how to examine items and other objects in a 3D space. This probably talks about the map on this side. Map file radio is what it says. And then on this side we've got about the ink ribbons and the typewriter, which is your save points in the game. And then this is some other information as well. And then one final page, you've got, Biohazard, Terror, Biohazard, Still Dawn. Not sure what that is. We might translate that real quick, and then you get your basic like warning and safety information thing that's on the back of many of the Japanese region SEGA Saturn games as well. Final page looks like that, or the back of the manual looks like that as well. We're gonna go ahead and translate one more thing in this, and that's this Biohazard advertisement, which I'm not sure what this is actually for. Maybe we can find out a little more information about it if we translate it. So it looks like this advertisement for Biohazard in the end of the manual is actually an advertisement for the Biohazard Resident Evil soundtrack. Alright guys, so you have to like do the code, which is XYZ, and start on player 2 controller. Then you have to very quickly do it. You have to select battle mode from the title screen. If you wait for it to do the cutscene and I'll start over on its own, it will go away apparently. So you have to do it like right after you enter the code. Otherwise it'll reset and the code will be lost for then. So I guess we load our file. So I guess I have to play as Jill, which is weird. Maybe if I chose no data, I would start over with someone else, but they should load us into battle mode. Okay, yeah, you must defeat all the enemies, which is basically like a mercenaries mode. This is gonna be weird because like, are they gonna give me enough ammo? I guess you have to, because you have to kill all the enemies. Enter into the mysterious zone. So we're starting already. Do we have to load up? Oh, do we use our items from the main game? Wait, I know there's a time limit, but you gotta bear with me. It's the first time I'm playing this. No, we just... Wait, what? Oh, we get a bunch of items. So I'm gonna pick that. Probably gonna pick one of those. And I'm gonna pick a bunch of guns. I don't know what these are. Are these... They're weapon shells for probably the shotgun or something. Or maybe it's for a stronger gun. Oh, they're probably for this whatever that is. Shotgun. Handgun. Knife. Do I want the knife? Go all out. Magnum, I guess? What is that? Are those ammo for the handgun? Shotgun shells. There's the big gun, too. What is that? I'm gonna, ditch the knife, pick up that big gun. I'm gonna pick up... one looks the best. The red one. That seems deadly because it's red, right? Let's get out of here. Okay, now... let's equip... this. Let's get out of here. Start the game. I don't know why the clock doesn't start after you select all your stuff. Go to the door, and this is like a pre-selected maze of a mansion with enemies that we have to kill all the enemies. Got special music too. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about ammunition, as long as I use the ammunition wisely. I would think if I use the ammunition wisely and use my weapons effectively, then I shouldn't have to worry about a thing. That one I knew was on the ground, so I was able to kick his head off right away. I don't know if that does damage to you, but hey, we cleared the stage. Not too bad. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 31. What am I looking at here? Oh, I guess we're taking an elevator down. Essentially, it's like floor after floor over this, like, dungeon. Oh, the time continues. Okay. Yo, dog. Oh, hello, dog. Oh, okay, it's like a survival mode. They're not separate missions. They're, you're going as fast as you can. Oh my god. And, oh my god, did I die? Oh my god, I died. Okay, I get it now. I'm gonna bring some health this time. Yeah, okay, I think I got it. I gotta bring some health. You died. You are dead. Dead. So, I didn't know that starting it, that is gonna be like mission after mission after mission. Or, that's what I thought it was gonna be, I mean. But it's not separated. What's this Doom music? It's pretty cool. But it's actually like one long scenario, so unless they give you the option to find another box of inventory later on, then I guess you just kind of start over with you just keep what you get at the start and you gotta kind of stick with it. I feel like they might at some point have a break where you can kind of get more inventory, because like how else are you gonna defeat everything right away? So what I'm gonna do is, nothing's there already, so we're gonna pick up kind of the same stuff. Once I start getting attacked by the dogs, I'm gonna heal. But additionally, when I get to the dogs, what I'm gonna do is pick up the shotgun. I might skip on out on that gun. It's probably pretty strong, but I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick this. Down here is gonna be all my healing items. I guess they kind of sort themselves on their own. And then I'm gonna need more of these. I'm gonna take that one out. I'm gonna need more handgun ammo. Okay, that seems like a pretty good loadout, right? I don't know. I could be wrong, but let's go. Now, I know where they're all at, so I might not even risk my health going down, and I might just shoot them all, like guns a-blazing. Guns a-blazing. Of course, we have to equip our gun. Which I figured out how it shows that it's equipped now. I didn't know that at the time. when we first played like the story mode. I was like, how do you know if the gun's equipped? Good. I don't think they have the quick turnaround, do they? I think they do. In later games, they have a thing called like quick turn, where you press like, oh, what the heck? You basically press down and like a button, then you'll flip around real quick. It's extremely handy. I don't think they have that in this. First stage. You can't. Ooh, I did it faster, like by like almost a minute. And of course, a lot of it was like inventory checking last time. But it looks like you can't pause during this. So what I gotta do is equip that. See, when it shows that little icon, not in the where the inventory is, but to the bottom left, it shows like, look, that's equipped. That's the shotgun's equipped. Okay, now I'm packing. Oh, you can hit like wave, a spread, if you will. Okay, so that was easy. Just there's a one room with 3 dogs. Now we're on to stage 3, which I don't know what's in this stage. Okay. Oh, is it the birds? Let's see how much health I got. Health's a little low, but not low enough to warrant a health potion, I think. Reload our gun. We can do that from there too. We're shooting these. God. I mean, this game always confuses me. I think I'm just supposed to. Oh my god. I think I'm just supposed to shoot straight forward. The beds. That's tricky. Not that one. I know it's not dead yet. Oh my god. Check my health again. I'll see what's rad. Okay. We're going shotgun. Bye bye birdies. Okay, that would have been cool if I actually fired. Help me. Oh, I'm in danger. Oh my gosh. How do you do this? Get off. I think I killed. Yeah, I killed one of them for sure. Oh, I have to reload. Oh, dang. Got that one. Oh, there's one more I gotta kill. Okay, we got him. There's still one more out here. I'm gonna make sure this is fully loaded. Sure this is fully loaded just in case. I kind of want to try this one out. Just I don't know what it is. It's like a rocket launcher, right? I can do this. I can do it. Overkill. But I'm not in the right spot. Oh my god. I nuked that crow. I know that's overkill, but hey, it got me past the stage. Now we're in this stage. I have no health. I have one hit before I die, but we made it quite a way. Okay. Oh! It's the snake. What's his name? Yawn? Oh my gosh. Devour the sour. Yeah, Jill's dead. I didn't expect a boss to come on that quickly, but we made it to the first, I think it's the first boss in the normal story too, is Yawn the snake. Yawn like, but I think that's what his name is. So Something like that. But anyways, there's a giant snake that's in the mansion, and it ate Jill like a Jill sandwich. I think that's a good place to wrap up our game. Here's that cool ranking thing. I guess you have to get points. But how do you get points? Oh, it probably counts up once you complete the entire thing, is what I'm assuming. And the points are probably based on your time. So, you know, those are all like, oh no, maybe not. Maybe they're based on like something else. Because I don't know what the points would be based on. You have to kill every enemy to defeat each room. So wouldn't they only be able to be based upon points? If you have to kill every enemy every time, then the only thing to rank you would be your points. Or your time limit. Well, anyway, that's Biohazard, aka Resident Evil 1, on the Sega Saturn console from Japan. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the battle mode. I highly recommend it. Once again, if you are playing this game, plug your controller into slot 2 on this screen, and then hit XYZ, hold XYZ, and press start. And then switch the controller port real quick. If you have 2, just leave them both plugged in. And then start the game to get the battle mode right away. Alternatively, you can get the battle mode by completing the game. The other thing you can unlock with a cheat code, I believe, is costumes. So an alternate costume for Jill and an alternate costume for Chris, which are also different than the alternate costumes for both of them from the PlayStation 1 version. So they're completely different original costumes for the Saturn version. But yeah, that was Biohazard. I highly recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. You know, I didn't really get much time to play it today. Barely scratched the surface of the game, Biohazard Resident Evil. There's a lot to do in it. It's kind of a hard game to actually do a quick short video on because of the content amount in it. But it's fun to play, and I think the battle mode is more like a quick play type video type thing. Of course, I would need a little more experience with it to continue any further than I had in this video game. But yeah, it's really fun. Capcom classic, 3D Capcom classic, survival horror classic. Just a great game in general. If you haven't played Resident Evil, I would recommend getting the newest version, which is probably the HD version of the remaster, or the remake, Resident Evil Remake, which originally came on the GameCube, but it's on like every console after GameCube pretty much. So I'd highly recommend playing that version. If you want an old school feel to it, Sega Saturn versions, not bad. Alright everybody, thanks for watching today's Famicom Friday right here on Hybrid Games. It's GameTober. Yeah, a lot of fun. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends for more classic gaming goodness. Stay right here on Hybrid Games this Famicom Friday. There'll be more Famicom Fridays throughout October, GameTober, and more Famicom Fridays just in general throughout the course of my channel, Hybrid Games. Alright everybody, thanks for watching once again. Bye!